Hello everyone. I also be the audience for last year, but but I didn't join for the research. But anyway, yeah. So welcome everyone to join the symposiums. And I also came here 2 years ago. So today I'm talk about my research. It's air qualities from refining stations. So I'm mainly focused on for health impact. I'll click it. Okay. So it's why the refinery stations to check this air pollution from refinery stations very important because it costs 3% of the greenhouse gas emissions in the United States. And also they also pollute for criteria emissions, for example, PM 2.5, SOx, NOx. When the people inhale those air pollutions, they will cause their lung cancers or others long-term disease. So tackle these issues is very important and it's better for your health and also it's the greenhouse gas kind of cut down for greenhouse gas emissions. And also it's according to the EPA 2021, they're showing that mostly it's the vulnerable community are living closer to not only for the refining stations but also other emission sectors. So, let's bring up the questions. Then I would like to do this research, try to find out that how can we tackle for this issue? How can we tackle for air pollution from refining stations? And we also find out they have some missing puzzles in the previous study. So there are three main missing puzzles from a previous study. So mostly it's about a lot of studies discuss about the carbon dioxide emissions, but I think they have blind spots this lack of discussions about PM 2.5 and SOx and NOx, those criteria emissions. So it's kind of missing puzzle for the health impact from the refining sectors. And second thing is if you do the research for future perspective research, some of their study using one single year to extrapolate for future. So we know that have causing some error for it because sometimes if you're using one single year, the extrapolate for the futures, you sometimes most likely you overestimated or underestimated about the health impact. So the last thing is about the inequality issues. In the previous study, haven't really discovered which community are suffering more air pollution from it. So I would like to tackle these issues in my study. So there are two main questions I will try to find out in my study. The first thing is I want to find out what's a suitable approach to decarbonize the refining sector in the United States. And the second thing is I would like to deeply explore about the health issues caused by the air pollution from the refining sector. So here is the overviews for the refining station locations in the United States. So you can see here is mostly refinery station located in Texas. And some of them also is located in California as well. But in this map showing the path, the district, the region, showing the path stand for petroleum administration for a different district. So this regions invented by the US government in order to check for export and import for the petroleum products. So you can see here is this map showing that the upper panel showing us the map for a refining station location of refining stations. So if they have bigger circles, means the capacity of that refining station is larger. So in order to visualize about how much larger than that, so you can see here is the bar chart showing the capacity of each one refining stations. So you can see here is the number of refining stations is much more than other pad, and also the capacity is much larger than other pad as well. So our research, they have three main stage. The first things we set up for the demand scenarios. So this one is borrowed from the net zero Americas. They set up for different scenarios. So we want to explore about how that's when the crude oil decline, what will look like for the futures of refining stations. So we set up for a reference case, less electrification scenarios, and highly electrification scenario. In the highly electrification scenarios, we can expect that they are going to have 70%, roughly 70% of crude oil demand decline. And then it's like throughout the from now, it's like 2025 to 2050, they're going to have 25 years. So me and Renji, like my supervisors, that come out and ideas during these 25 years, what kind of step we should do for it? Because like 25 years is a very long time. And we come out say, okay, when the oil demand declines, we probably can retire some of refining stations first. So we just like come out a retiring model, try to optimize about like from different kind of angle. So we think about from the health impact one. So we start with retire those refining stations most have like affect the human, like affect for health from a health perspective. And also we start with like the oldest refining stations. And also we try to like maybe retire the smallest refining station first, and also compare with if we don't implement any retirement, what would it look like for the health damage. And combined with that models, then we go into the air pollution model. Then we can see here is like how's the emissions emit and how this landings across for the community. Then we combine as the using the health impact functions, we can like kind of estimate how much premature deaths will be caused by the air pollution from refining stations. Then we can monetize about those premature deaths. Then later we combine with the sensor check data. We can see like which community are suffering more from the air pollution from the refining stations. Then we have like final outcome to see what's the health benefit and to make sure they have like try to equal again for different communities. So here is our retiring models, and to see there's like there's a lot of like lines here. So let's zoom in one tab to see. I can expand as like what's the line showing up here. So basically here is like showing for the pool oil demand. So like I mentioned before, they have 3 different pool oil demand scenarios. So you can see here's the under the highly electrification scenarios, there's huge declines for the oil demand. And our modeling just like try to this one showing the capacity of the whole fleet of refining station in that state, in that area. So you can see here is the big jump of the capacity of refining stations, which means like in that specific years, they have going to have several retirement stages, several refinery stations be retired. So here is like showing for using different retirement strategy, they have a different kind of capacity change here. So this is our main outcome. So it's like in the national level, we can see here, we're using like 3 different air pollution models, just try to make sure it's like using like 3 different models, they have like consistent outcome for it. So you can see here is even like in a very aggressive, like decarbonize about refining sectors, the oil demands, this aggressive like decline of oil demands, you can see here is implements for different retirement strategy that also will cause different outcome for it. So here's also we analyze about stat level. Let's zoom in like maybe like I select the top 10 impact for the states. So if you zoom in more closer, they have like 3 main states like will be affect if you implement for retirement strategies and plus under a highly electrification scenario. You can see here's the California, Louisiana, and Texas is likely to like gain higher health benefit by if you implement the health retirement strategies. So, and we also like try to identify the different kind of communities. So you can see here's like we do for using different communities, we analyze about race, DAC versus non-DAC. DAC stand for disadvantaged communities, and the income groups and urban versus rural. So this diagram showing that as like the Hispanic communities will like, if you have implement for health retirement strategy, you can get higher health benefit from it. And DAC versus non-DAC is like also against like disadvantaged community also can get higher health benefit if you implement the health retirement strategies under the highly electrification scenarios. And against like if you have like, there's also benefit for the low income communities, which means like if you have lower incomes, they will get higher health benefits. Urban versus rural, the reasons why urban can get higher health benefit because most of refining stations located in the high population density area. So showing that if we can retire those refining stations like the urban population can get higher health benefits. So our conclusion showing that managers like the retirement strategies play key roles, even like under the same scenarios, the retirement strategy will cause the different health outcome. Also, most significant things if we have like implement for those retirement strategies, California, Louisiana, and Texas are expected to get higher health benefit. And also, so from the rest perspective, like Hispanic community can expect it to get higher health benefit by implementing the retirement strategies. Thank you. So
all right, Wen, that was awesome.
Last word. So it's like I want to thank like my lab, like Cell Lab, and also like thanks like Eric and like Jace to give like give me like very valuable advice for this research. And yeah, happy to answer any questions. Yeah, thanks.